You heard James say, don't miss the communication revolution. Say it one more time over here. Don't miss the communication revolution. What exactly do I mean by communication revolution? Let me give you a couple of examples. This might be familiar to you. Job interviews being conducted virtually. Real estate transactions happen sight unseen by the buying party. Folks hanging out in the metaverse. You know what the metaverse is? All right, that's what I'm talking about. Expanding relationships. Where you're finding love using technology. Who remembers that song? Computer love. Okay, we're gonna put it over here. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You'll be happy if you figure that out. The communication revolution is the blending of physical and digital conversation converted to action, which affects our society. Now, that sounds kind of heavy, but we're going to unpack that here tonight. And we're going to discuss elements of the communication revolution. We'll consider the location, the impact, and then our involvement in this revolution. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to get this show rolling? Yeah. Okay, let me try this again. Maybe in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to get the show on the road or what? Let's go. Let's go. You heard me talk about location being a factor in revolution. And then we have two different locations. We have actually one that we're in right now, which is physical. So one-on-one conversation. It could be a small group. It could be a community like other Postmasters. But the revolution is in a physical sense. We've also transitioned also to the digital world. What I'm saying here is our Zoom meetings. We can actually have an extension of this here on Facebook or through our meetup. So that's an extension of the digital revolution happening in front of us, the communication revolution. With that, it's one-to-one, one-to-many, and that also can take place on social media, podcasts, TikTok, whatever your favorite medium is. But we literally can do this anywhere, at any time, and any place. So let's consider the impact. Communication takes place now 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including the weekends and holidays. So if you're not a fan of St. Patrick's Day, you can jump on one of the platforms and start communicating. And then how this affects everything that we're no longer bound by physical places or spaces. Our devices, the platforms that we are on, allow this to happen, and it's amazing. So just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here with how this impacts everything, I just joined a group. It's called, if you guys have ever heard of Discord by chance, but I joined a Discord server, and this one's about tech and finance, right? We're talking about Web3, crypto, NFTs, all that kind of stuff. And it's pretty cool because I don't know any of these people. Like, I really don't. But we have something in common, and that we're talking about the latest, greatest technology, and I'm able to pull this in. And I'll even get messages at 4 o'clock. Now, am I participating at that time? No, not necessarily. But that's the revolution in progress. It's pretty cool. We have to ask ourselves a question: are we really comfortable with this new reality? Now, some of us may be comfortable being in the digital space. Some of us might be comfortable being in the physical space. But there's no doubt about it that we may need to learn how to do both at some point in time in the future. Because society really has been doing this for like the last 30 years since the birth of the internet. And with mobile technology, we need to know how to conquer both these worlds. So I got a nugget here for you. The opportunities of your future depend upon your ability to master the communication techniques of the past and the present. I'm going to say that one more time because I was a little heavy. The opportunities of the future depend on your ability to master the communication techniques of the past and the present. How do we do that next? Good question. This is involvement. So we have 3 things that we're going to break down. We can spectate, participate, and facilitate. Spectate. participate, and facilitate. Now I want everybody to say this with me. Ready? Repeat after me. Spectate. Participate. I almost messed up. Facilitate. All right. Spectate, participate, facilitate. So spectating, that's super easy. We're doing it literally right now as we speak, being involved in this club, Spectate. Now I'm going to recommend this for the new folks. Just do this for a little bit amount of time. And you only want to do this for a little bit because you don't want to miss out on the life-changing activities that are happening in the club. Now, folks are changing their lives. They're transforming themselves from being, maybe shy or nervous about communicating to going on and doing some awesome things. Robbie shared a story about how she was interviewed by the local news and she didn't even blink an eye with the opportunity to share about her profession. Now, I was once a spectator at some point in my life. I literally did not want to be in front of the limelight. I was shy, I was nervous, I was scared kid, and that extended up to my 30s, and it drove me nuts because I knew I was missing out on opportunity because of the fact that I was more of a spectator than I was a participant or even a facilitator in my life. But I realized, you know what? I can't live life like this forever. God has way more for me if I step out of my comfort zone and then meet him on the other side of the things that I'm scared of. So I encourage you, don't spectate for too long because we have a lot of work to do in the next phase, which is participation. Now, there's no other way to do this than just to do it. I don't care how many YouTube videos you look at, I don't care how many books you read, you will literally won't get better not unless you practice and participate in this thing for this communications revolution. I'll give you a Bible verse here too, just to let you know that I'm not like completely off with this. So write this down if you're taking notes. James 1:22 through 24. I'm not going to read the whole thing right now at this point in time, but the Bible talks about not only being hearers of the word of God, but doers. This also applies to us being involved in this communication revolution. We need to do in order to get better, in order to reach the potential that God has for us deep down inside. Now, this brings me to facilitate. This is the fun part in the journey because you navigate from spectating to participating, and now you get to change lives by being the facilitator. So just what James is doing with leading this meeting, that's an opportunity to facilitate. Just like my man in the back right now, being the manager, that's an opportunity to facilitate. And the one thing that I didn't realize coming into this club is that how God would impact my life by giving me the opportunity to do the facilitating on a larger scale. I really joined Toastmasters thinking that I was going to work on public speaking, I was trying to grow a business, and then God really flipped this upside down for me, and it gives me an opportunity to not only lead people in the area of education, but also have an opportunity to lead in this club, to be a president, and then do some other amazing things. So going from being scared to facilitating is something I would have never imagined in my wildest dreams. So my hope for you and my prayer for you today is that you don't miss out on the communications revolution. Get plugged into this moment, capitalize, take advantage of this opportunity. Because we know one thing is for sure, things will change in the future, and there's no guarantee that you'll have this moment. So don't hesitate. Jump on the communications revolution before it's too late. Mr. Toastmaster.